Have you ever held on to something long after it stopped serving you?
Maybe it was a worry that kept you awake at night, or a memory you couldn't stop replaying, or a dream that didn't come true and left you feeling empty.
We all do it. We carry things, thoughts, regrets, expectations, like stones in our pockets, and over time, they weigh us down.
But what if I told you you don't have to carry them? What if peace isn't about fixing everything, but learning to let the river carry it away?
Let me tell you a story. It's an old Zen tale, one passed down through generations of monks who understood the art of release.
Long ago, in a quiet village nestled between misty mountains, there lived a young monk named Taro. Taro was bright, sincere, and deeply devoted to his practice. Every morning he swept the steps of the temple. Every evening he sat in meditation beneath the pine trees.
But despite his discipline, Taro struggled. His mind was restless. He worried about his past mistakes. He feared he wasn't good enough. And no matter how hard he tried to quiet his thoughts, they returned like waves.
One day, overwhelmed with doubt, Taro went to his teacher, Master Kenji. "Master," he said, bowing low, "I sit in silence for hours, yet my mind is never still. How can I find peace when my thoughts are so loud?"
Master Kenji looked at him with kind eyes. He didn't scold, he didn't lecture. Instead, he simply said, "Come with me."
They walked down the mountain path until they reached a wide, flowing river. The water moved steadily, clear, cool, and constant. Leaves, twigs, and petals floated on its surface, carried gently downstream.
Master Kenji picked up a smooth stone from the bank. "Hold this," he said, placing it in Taro's palm. Taro closed his fingers around it. It was heavy, cold.
"Now," said the master, "walk into the river and hold the stone underwater." Confused but obedient, Taro stepped into the current. The water rose to his knees. He crouched down and submerged the stone, gripping it tightly.
"Keep holding it," the master called from the shore. So Taro held on. At first, it was easy, but as the minutes passed, his arm began to ache. The current pulled against his hand. His muscles trembled.
After 10 minutes, sweat beaded on Taro's forehead. "Master," he cried out, "my arm is tired. The stone is too heavy." Master Kenji smiled. "What if I told you you could let go?"
Taro hesitated. "But the stone will sink. It will be lost." The master shook his head gently. "No, Taro, the river will carry it, just as it carries leaves, rain, and fallen branches. The river doesn't resist, it flows."
Taro looked down at the stone in his hand. He thought of all the things he'd been holding on to. His shame about failing his family, his fear of being alone, his need to be perfect. Each one another stone.
With a slow breath, he opened his fingers. The stone slipped from his palm and sank into the depths. For a moment, he felt panic, like he'd lost something precious. But then, a strange lightness filled his chest.
He stood up, water dripping from his robes. The river flowed on unchanged. The sky above was clear. And for the first time in years, his mind was quiet.
Master Kenji walked to the riverbank and placed a hand on Taro's shoulder. "You see," he said softly, "peace doesn't come from holding on tighter. It comes from trusting the flow."
That night, Taro sat beneath the pines again. But this time, when thoughts arose, he didn't fight them. He watched them like leaves on the river, floating in and floating away.
And in that watching, he found stillness.
Now, this story isn't just about a monk and a river. It's about you, right now, in this very moment.
What are you holding on to today? Is it a harsh word someone said last week? A mistake you made years ago? a future you're afraid won't happen.
Notice how your body tenses when you think of it. Your shoulders rise. Your breath becomes shallow. That's the weight of the stone.
But here's the truth. You don't have to carry it. You never did.
Letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It doesn't mean pretending it didn't hurt. It simply means you stop gripping so tightly.
Imagine your thoughts as leaves on a river. You don't have to chase them. You don't have to drown them. You just watch them float by.
And when a new thought comes, a worry, a regret, a what if, don't push it away. Don't argue with it. Just whisper, "This too shall pass."
Because it will. Everything does. Joy passes. Sorrow passes. Even this moment is already flowing away.
And in that flow, there is freedom.
You might be thinking, but how do I actually do this? How do I let go when my mind won't stop?
Start small. Close your eyes right now. Take one slow breath in, and as you exhale, imagine releasing just one thing, one worry, one expectation, one should.
Feel the space it leaves behind. That space is peace.
You don't need to fix everything today. You don't need to understand everything. You just need to trust that life, like the river, knows how to carry what you cannot.
And if you forget, if you pick up the stone again tomorrow, that's okay. Just remember the river and open your hand once more.
Because peace isn't a destination. It's the act of letting go, again and again, with kindness.
So tonight, before you sleep, sit quietly for 5 minutes. Watch your thoughts like clouds in the sky, coming, staying, going. No judgment, no resistance, just presence.
And if your mind is loud, smile gently. Say to yourself, "I am not my thoughts. I am the river."
You are not the storm. You are the calm beneath it. You are not the stone. You are the water that carries it home.
Thank you for being here, for listening with an open heart. May you flow with ease. May you release what no longer serves you, and may you always remember, you are already whole.
If this story brought you peace, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And if you're new here, welcome. You belong.
Subscribe to The Inspired Thinker for weekly stories of wisdom, calm, and inner peace. Tap the bell so you never miss a moment of stillness.
Until next time, breathe deeply, let go, and trust the river.